2025 is 5:32. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Present.
Councilman Leon.
Here.
Councilwoman Powell.
Present.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Here.
Councilwoman Julian.
Here.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Here.
Mayor Harris.
I'm present.
You have a quorum.
Please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
God our Father, we thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for an opportunity to gather together as a community. It is in this moment, God, we pray for your knowledge, your wisdom, and your understanding as my colleagues and I prepare to discuss business that ultimately affect your people. We pray that you continue to bless this great city that we call the city of Miami Gardens. Bless the residents, stakeholders, everyone that has something to do with this city. All these many blessings we ask in your son's name I do pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion.
It's been
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show the minutes from the last meeting is approved. We're on order of business. Are there any items need to be added, deleted, withdrawn?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
All right, we have two add-on items for the council. We have add-on item number 1, supporting Battle in the Gardens Youth Football Classic. This is sponsored by Mayor Harris. Without opposition, we ask that it be added to the agenda as item 13.2.
13-2?
Yes. And then the second add-on item is add-on item number 2, rescheduling the September 10th, 2025 regular city council meeting to September 9th. This is sponsored by the city clerk. And without opposition, we ask that it be added on to the agenda as item 13.3.
All right. Any other items that need to be withdrawn, added, or deleted?
I'd like to pull item 12.4.
12-4. All right, anything else? So none, I need a motion on the agenda.
Motion.
Been
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing none, show the agenda accepted. We're on special presentations.
Item 6.1, legislative update by State Representative Felicia Robinson and City Lobbyist Yolanda Cash Jackson, Esquire, sponsored by the City Manager.
Madam Rep.
Thank you. I just came to give you a little update on how our session went this year in Tallahassee. As you all know, it was an extended session, so instead of us being there for 60 days, we were there for 105 days this year. Very long time. However, it was a very interesting session. Our budget was looked at very closely. We end up ending with a budget of $115 billion. Out of that budget, we had several appropriations that was here for the city. I will say, sadly, most of them was vetoed. However, we were able to keep one of them, which was our appropriations for Leslie Estates, the drainage project, which was $1.6 million. So hopefully that will help and assist with us getting that drainage completed. I will also speak briefly about legislation, which I believe everyone know at this time. We have for the last several years, well, more than several years, have been dealing with the water project, trying to reduce or get rid of that surcharge. This year we was very successful in getting it through the House and the Senate. It passed both chambers. However, unfortunately, the last day, your governor vetoed it. What I would like to say about that is that, so it did not go through completely. It's not over. We're going to continue to fight in Tallahassee, and we're also looking at ways to work with the county to actually still address that issue. I would just want to be clear that the surcharge is truly unfair. And it's unfair in the point of the surcharge was put in place to build infrastructure to take waters to other municipalities. And what I need our residents and for you all to know is that that's not the case. In this particular case, that water facility was built by a private developer for the homes in Norwood. So them charging us a 25% surcharge is just pure profit because they never built infrastructure to bring our residents water. So that's something that we need to continue to work on. The other thing that I would say is your elected people are fighting for it, and I'm talking to our residents now, but we need you all to be engaged in this process also. Not only for that water issue, but for all of our issues. I know that you all are paying attention to the news and you see different things, and I'm so happy to see it's a pretty full house here tonight, but you also need to pay attention to what's happening at your state level because the state most times preempt your local government. So you need to know what's going on in both chambers. And so that's all I would say. I'm not going to prolong anything. And I do want to take this time to introduce my staff. I have here with me my district aide who stays here when I'm in Tallahassee, Kennedy Freeman. She's here. My office is right there where Jackson Health Center is, the neighborhood health center off of 25th Avenue and 164th Street. And this summer, I am happy to have several interns, two of which is here tonight. I have Alexandria, and it's bad, I don't know their last names. She's actually a Miami Gardens resident. And I have Mia, who is one of our neighbors. She lives right there in Opelika. So these are college students, our young people that are being engaged in the process presently. So do you all have any questions for me?
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
I don't have any questions, Representative Robinson, but I want to commend you. I know many of us visit Tallahassee multiple times this past session, and to know and see the work that you put in and the tireless time and energy to lobby your colleagues to get the bill to pass through the Senate and then work with our state senator and get it passed on the Senate side and get it to the governor's desk is a major milestone and something, a huge accomplishment. So I just want to thank you for your tireless work, you and your entire team. The fight don't stop. We're here to fight with you. We're here to keep going, and whatever it is that we can do to aid you along the process while you and our State Representative Aristide and all of you all are in Tallahassee, we're here behind you. And then I also want to say how proud I am of Kennedy, who once served as my intern, and now she's working at our state representative's office. So I'm so proud of you. And again, thank you all for all that you do.
And I would say thank you all for coming up. And yes, this is not a one-stop show. Myself, Senator Jones, and even Aristide, he didn't carry the bill, but he was there working. And I will not leave out our lobbyist, Becker Polikoff, which is headed, our person is Yolanda Cash Jackson with her amazing team. Has definitely, we all work together to try to get things moved here.
Great work, Rep.
Thank you.
Great work.
For sure. All right, 6.2, Councilwoman Powell.
He said 6.2.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor and Council. It is my good pleasure to recognize today Mr. Archie McKay Sr. He's a retired City of Miami Police Lieutenant who joined the force in 1954.
Hey,
As
you
one of
guys,
the-
excuse me, you guys could clap for that. You guys could clap.
There's more. As one of the city's first black officers, he faced challenges with promotion and confronted this along with 8 other black officers, pursued legal action against the city of Miami for promotions to segregation, helping lead win the landmark lawsuit that led to the fair promotion policies, eventually being promoted to sergeant and later retiring as a lieutenant after 26 years of service. He continues to serve as the City of Miami Retired Police Benevolent Association, where he lobbied the Florida State Legislature to fund the restoration of the Black Police Precinct, building in Overtown, and maintained it as a museum. A dedicated community leader, he helped preserve the historic Black Police Precinct and served as a tour guide for students and dignitaries, including Attorney General Loretta Lynch. He remains active in the City of Miami Retired Police Benevolent Association and his church, First Baptist Church of Bunch Park, where he has served over 60 years. Wow. Archie McKay Sr. is a proud father, grandfather, and great-great-grandfather, whose legacy is rooted in faith, service, and justice. In 1950, he and his family moved to Bunch Park and had 7 children. Joined First Baptist Church, Bunch Park, and has served his church faithfully for over 60 years. He's now Chairman Emeritus of the Board of Trustees after serving as chairman for over 25 years. He was ordained a deacon in 1987 and is a licensed minister. He graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, at the time referred to as Booker T. Washington University. Graduates Business School, served in the Air Force, this is a military man, and the Air Force Reserve, and in 2006 was inducted in the Booker T. Washington Alumni Athlete Hall of Fame in the category of law enforcement. Please honor Mr. Archie McKay Sr.
You forgot to say that he was 100 years old, right?
That's the most important part.
Yeah, 100 years old. Sure.
And stood up on his own.
100 years old. Jesus.
Right, they ain't coming back. After 2030, I'm gonna be gone. Listen to me. Ain't looking back.
All right, Councilwoman, you have another one. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Well, service is what we do. And it is my honor to recognize a woman of service. State Grand Loyal Lady Ruler, Asia McMillan. State Grand Loyal Lady Ruler, Asia McMillan is a beacon of service and leadership. She's the Grand Loyal Lady Ruler, which is the leadership in Prince Hall Freemasonry, which is created for African Americans, founded by Prince Hall on September 29th, 1784, and is the oldest and largest predominantly African American fraternity in the United States. Active member of Riviera Beach Community Chapel Church, her civic engagement also includes active membership in the Urban League, NAACP, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, and serving as president of Scalers Federation Women's Club. Supports Feeding South Florida, Veterans of Foreign War Post number 199, and the Braille Club. Again, I did say service is what we do. She has been a powerful and impactful leader in the Miami Gardens through her tireless volunteer service to the community. To name just a few of those things: chair of the Stork's Nest program, which organizes birth equity baby showers in Miami-Dade College and in Miami Gardens, serving over 200 women by providing essential baby items in 2025. Purchase items for Tie Drive events at North County K-8 Center and Myrtle Grove K-8 Center back to school. On a monthly basis, not just event basis, she collects baby items at Betty T. Ferguson and at Norwood Park lot for community baby showers. A retired Palm Beach County School District employee of 35 years, she holds a degree in business administration, computer information systems, and an MBA in management. She has been impactful in South Florida, Miami Gardens community in these roles, and give her time and commitment to service. We congratulate you. Ms. Lovely Lady Ruler, Asia McMillan, please come forward. Can her sisters come forward, please?
you been? I'm doing good.
We'll talk.
Hey, First Lady. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, I'm gonna take a point of privilege right here. I'm gonna take a point of privilege, Mr. Clerk. I want to recognize our lobbyist, Ms. Yolanda Cass Jackson, and say thank you for all your work that you've done this past year and all the other years. So we appreciate you, definitely. All right, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. At this time, I would like to call up Ms. Sculacheri Pierre. Please join me up here. Yes. Yes. So this beauty is a beauty queen, and she has been traveling all around the world competing. And so today, I want to honor you for your service to our community in Miami Gardens and the community at large. And I'm going to go over some of your accomplishments, okay? So on behalf of our 113,000 residents here in the city of Miami Gardens, it is our honor to recognize Sculacheri Pierre, who proudly represented Haiti during the 2025 Miss Super National Beauty Pageant, bringing with her a compelling story of pride, resilience, and cultural identity. The 2025 Miss Super National Pageant took place on June 27, 2025 in Poland, drawing participants from across the globe in a spirit of cultural exchange and excellence. Ms. Pierre has drawn an international attention for her grace, for her intellect, and commitment to using her platform to introduce Haitian culture to a global audience while empowering others to embrace their unique heritage. Her presence in the Miss Supranational competition exemplifies dignity, determination, and a passion for representation, inspiring not only the Haitian diaspora, but young women around the world. We're so proud of you. The city of Miami Gardens is home to a richly diverse and vibrant Caribbean community, and is proud to honor individuals like Mrs. Pierre who uplift our shared heritage and exemplify excellence on the world stage. And so today, on behalf of our mayor and our entire city council, we want to honor you with this proclamation. We want to say thank you for your grace, for your beauty, and for your service to humanity. Congratulations. You're welcome. And colleagues, if you would just join me down here so we could take a picture with the beauty queen, I'd appreciate it. And so you all know a fun fact about Mrs. Pierre is that she graduated from Florida Memorial University, which is where her pageantry started. That's where she got her start, right here in the city of Miami Gardens.
All right, Mr. Clerk, we're on public comments. Please read the back of the public comment cards.
Yes, sir. Citizen participation is governed by Section 2-60 of the City of Miami Gardens Code. Public comments are limited to matters within the scope of the jurisdiction of the City Council. Each person other than members of the city staff who address the City Council shall give their name, address, and whether that person is speaking on his or her behalf, a group of persons, or a third party. When in the determination of the presiding officer, there are many persons wishing to speak on the same proposition. The presiding officer may direct that these persons designate a representative to address the City Council rather than all members of such group. All speakers shall be limited to 2 minutes unless further time is given by the presiding officer. All remarks shall be addressed to the City Council as a body and not to any one member. No person other than the City Council members and the persons having the floor shall be permitted to enter any discussion without the permission of the presiding officer. No question shall be asked of a City Council member except through the presiding officer. Order shall be maintained if any person makes personal, irrelevant, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, becomes boisterous while addressing the City Council, or becomes too lengthy, abusive, obscene, and/or disrupts or otherwise fails to comply with the orders of the presiding officers and is declared out of order, the individual may be subject to removal by the Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you, and council, govern yourselves accordingly as well. The first person will be Darrell Thomas, then Maymon Tisdall, and Gail Cunningham.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, administration, residents. I am just in awe of all this black greatness in here this evening. I salute you, Mr. McKay, my sister with the Eastern Stars.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Your address.
Oh, I'm sorry, 16040 28th Court, Miami, Florida. Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. I'm in support today of Chief Delma Noel Pratt. She's an epitome of professionalism and leadership that the Miami Gardens Police Department has had for the last 8 years. The things that have come out against Chief Pratt are unconscionable. And it's ironic that those things have been said about us, are said about her, which has been said about our people for a long time, and I don't see it in her. She has a administration who admires and respects her. She has a staff that respects her, and we must continue to support our own in Miami Gardens. My thing is, we just got to continue to do better as a community. I know that we make mistakes a lot. We're not perfect people. And I can tell her this personally as well as openly. No weapon formed against her shall prosper. Every tongue that rises up against her shall and will be condemned. That's the word. So as long as she continues to do what she does for Miami Gardens, we're going to be all right. She's going to be all right. In addition to that, a few months ago, there was dissension in this chambers. It was addressed by the mayor. It was apologized by Councilwoman Wilson, and she asked for forgiveness. It's time to put that to bed. We shouldn't be coming to this microphone and continually to condemn her. I stand in support of Councilwoman Wilson as well.
Right.
So we must
Thank
have
you.
forgiveness so we can move
Thanks,
forward.
Daryl.
All right.
Mr. Tisdale, 1731 Northwest 11th Avenue. 16930 Northwest 4th Avenue. The minorities comes over there on Friday and Saturday and play loud music every Friday and Saturday. I called the police department 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. This been going on since 2018. Miami Gardens just doing nothing about it. They don't get tickets. They getting the monopoly get out of jail card. They getting slapped on the wrist. Why Miami Garden not taking them to jail, towing their cars, or whatever, a citation? They come every Friday and Saturday night. I don't know where y'all stay at, but it's very annoying. From over there by Top Golf to the Social Security building where I stay at, that's 2,000 feet away. I'm tired of it. I call a sergeant. I don't email assistant chief. Everybody just say, we working on it. How you working on it and y'all work at night? It's ridiculous. I want to sleep this weekend. This cannot continue. This been going on since 2018. I can't go to Hialeah, play music. Miami Shores and play music. Amelia Earhart and play music. Because you're going to give me a trespass and after one, then you're going to take me to jail. This got to stop. I told y'all about the four-way stop sign. They still running that stop sign. They don't stop, they tap their brakes and go. They make a right turn, going north to go to the Sunshine State Parkway. They are not stopping. That's a $30,000 a week corner. All that extra police come there for 1 hour a day, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, whatever. He came over there Tuesday. He stayed there for 30 minutes. He
Thank you,
wrote about
Mr.
5
Tisdale.
tickets. Yeah, I know. That's all y'all want to say. Thank you.
Rhea Hughes, you're next, and Theophilus Williams, you're after her.
Good evening. Before I start, Mayor, could I ask of this grace? While I'm speaking, because we can only speak to you, I'm not speaking to anyone else, we're speaking to the dais. If there cannot be any movement, people getting up, speaking while I'm speaking, because that says to me that I'm not getting the attention I'm supposed to get while I'm standing here. So is that something I can ask and hopefully it'll happen?
Go ahead, Ms.
Thank you. Okay, my clock starts now. At 2 minutes. Okay, who has the clock?
Come on,
Because I asked the question.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Ms. Cunningham. Go
All
ahead.
right. My name is Gail Cunningham, 19001 Northwest 14th Avenue Road, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33169. The card that was just read to you by our city clerk here, I want to read this to you out of our charter so that you, I know you are aware, the council shall determine its own rules of procedure and order of business and shall keep minutes open for public inspection. I say that because I'm aware that you have a procedural manual that you all put together. And it changes because there was a time that we can call the name of the person set on the dais. That changed. There was a time that we were meeting at 7 o'clock. That changed. There was a time that persons were speaking and people up front were actually speaking back to us after we left. So there were good things that were happening and bad things. I just want you to know that I am aware that changes are being made from the dais, and not necessarily there are things that are coming from me to you saying that this shouldn't be or that shouldn't be or being involved as a resident. Now, some things have changed in a positive light. Also, we need to know, I'm standing here calling my name, my address, it's on YouTube. People in Tokyo know Gail Cunningham, where she lives and everything. Okay, but the name of the person, remember, start again. The name of the persons that are sitting on the dais, their address and everything is not given. Now, there's a reason for that, but I want to let you know that upsets some people, that I'm giving out all of my information. And I'm standing here disrespectfully with my back to the audience because I only speak to you. I'm asking that possibly you can change the position of this podium so that I can respect them and they don't have to see my back, yet speaking to you only. Also,
Now,
the
Miss
statement that
Cunningham.
the young man just said, this is coming from Gail,
Ms. Cunningham.
he's not aware that there was a statement made about idiocy after the meeting
Ms.
on
Cunningham.
that 26th. So it will not be stopped because it seems like it's
Ms. Cunningham.
complicit and condoned. Yes, sir.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Good evening, Council. Ree Hughes, 3335 Northwest 180th Street, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33056. I would like to give kudos to Dr. Bispot, Director of Code Enforcement, and her team for the extraordinary display presented in the lobby. To the dais, concerned residents will continue working in the trenches to research, educate, inform, and provide resources within communities when requested, and is always encouraged to residents, particularly our elderly seniors, to have conversations with family members or someone whom they trust as to not be preyed upon or manipulated. As this dais continue to condone and sweep unprofessional decorum under the carpet, this is a reminder. Residents will never forget February 26, 2025, words unlashed by this dais, referring to residents as bullies, liars, and being disrespectful. Residents will never forget March 26, 2025, this dais referring to residents as idiots. Residents will never forget July 9th, 2025, a resident stated a council member referred to her elderly mother as being two-faced. Residents will never forget June 12th, 2024, the words, knives drawn and fight, lashed out by this dais. Residents will never forget December 13th, 2023, being referred to as liars, disrespectful, and usage of the word assassinate. You see, this type of unprofessional decorum by this dais has been allowed further back than 2023. Words matter. Words reveal the real you, your true character, and can have a lasting impact on others. Thank you.
Thank you. Howard Dupree and Marjorie Cross, you're next.
Good evening, Theophilus Williams, 1391 Northwest 95th Street. I'm here today. You might think I ran through a school zone right over here in Deacon Hill. It's a problem with the school zone, and y'all see y'all got City of Miami Gardens School Zone program, Old Smart, Florida, running by a private section. Money grabbers. That's over there have not, you see I might be wrong, with no yellow light flashing and giving people warning that that school was in section. All these cameras going over the schools, it's about money because of the education department don't give them no money in Tallahassee. Let's be for real. When you close schools or any city, black schools, for low enrollment, and you putting cameras out to make money off of taxpayers who barely can make it, and we in a crisis, something just wrong with all the system. I don't care if it's the school board responsible for this. And the camera shouldn't be rolling all day. All day. And then the nasty part about it, they don't meet with the residents to see how they feel. I'm going to go on Google. You can call, email the governor, governorflorida.com, go to City Citizen, and write your complaint to the government to stop this. This foolishness needs to stop. The governor, they're just making $46 million in the shortfall, but you're hurting us. And the kids can't get no free lunch no more. $3. Who gonna pay for it? These cameras gonna help the kids feed them? But y'all making money off of y'all help proving this? All who listen and got tickets, y'all need to write the federal government.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Dupree?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Howard Dupree, 1734 Northwest 192nd Street, Miami Gardens, Florida. I'm here to speak on Resolution 12.7 regarding ADUs, accessory dwelling units. I think this is a very timely resolution. I think we may be even behind because as far as I know, the state is mandating that all municipalities allow ADUs. So if you think we got a problem with illegal mobile homes, if we don't develop some kind of measurements and codes for ADUs, we're going to really be in trouble. In that process, I respectfully ask that you include robust public engagement across neighborhoods to hear from both supporters and those with concerns. Assess how ADUs might affect infrastructure, parking, and neighborhood character, especially in areas already facing edicity challenges in Miami Gardens. Consider how Miami Gardens can proactively align with state requirements while protecting the quality of life of residents. Lastly, will the findings of the study be presented publicly before any code changes are proposed? That transparency would greatly be appreciated by residents who want to stay informed. And lastly, I noticed that the resolution did not have a deadline. I'm not sure if this law has already taken place that municipalities are, must allow ADUs. So I think you should mandate that the city manager finish the study by a certain date before this law takes place. So appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Dupree.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Vice Mayor, and good evening, all the councils, all the council members, and good evening to you all, and good evening to everyone in the audience. My name is Marjorie Allen Cross. My address is 1425 Northwest 193rd Terrace, Miami Gardens, Florida, 33169. Yeah, I just needed to speak because the last meeting, my daughter Camila Cross, she came and spoke about some incident that happened a few weeks ago. She spoke up for me, so, that was good. I thanked her for that. And also, I'm happy that today you're honored, some honoring was done to people who deserve to be honored, because last year, May 11, I was honored by the state rep, Sharon Pritchett, as an African-American unique living legend. And I thank God for that because it's giving me my flowers while I'm alive. My mom always said, give me my flowers while I'm alive. Don't wait till I'm dead and gone. So I'm happy that you honored some people today. And also, this crown I'm wearing is what I was honored in. And I'm saying a happy birthday. My birthday will be July 30th, so I'm celebrating the whole month. So, that's why I have it on today. And also, I just want to say, right by the Mobile gas station and 183rd and 27, there's a lot of potholes that's there. And I've been noticing that, but I didn't know who I could speak to about that because I drive that way a lot, and it's a lot of potholes. So I say I would let you know about that. And also, anybody who is celebrating their birthday in July, I want to say happy birthday to you all, and may God bless you all. And I thank you all for listening to me. God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Cross, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Clerk, are there any written communication?
Written communication that has been received, Mayor, has been forwarded to the Mayor and Council and will be part of the minutes of this meeting.
All right, show public comments are now closed.
We're now on to the reports of the Mayor and City Council.
Councilwoman Julian.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening once again, everyone. I'd like to remind all of our residents who are affected by the North Miami Beach versus Miami Gardens water settlement lawsuit to make certain that they file their claims in a timely manner. My intern, Naja, is present. Raise your hand, Naja. If you want to get more information, she'll provide you with the card and the QR code. But be sure to get your claims in as soon as possible. I've spoken to many of you, and you've expressed that you filed it, but you have not heard back. So let's continue to follow up because you don't want to miss out on this. The numbers are extremely low in terms of people who have submitted their claims. So let's make sure that we get them in prior to the deadline. In honor of National Intern Day, which is happening on July 31st, I'd like to recognize all of the interns that contribute to the various departments and contribute to the important work of our staff, our council, and the residents of the great city of Miami Gardens. It brought my heart joy to see Kennedy here, and the fact that she's working with State Representative Robinson as an intern just really made my heart smile. Since my time in office.
So, Councilwoman, could you have all the, can you have all the interns please stand up?
Interns, please stand up. That
Please
includes you
stand.
too, Kennedy, because you served us before you went on to the state. Yay. We should clap for the mayor. Can we clap
Yeah,
for them?
clap for
That's right.
This is our young future.
That's right. Thank you all for your service to this great community. Since my time in office, I've had the pleasure of hosting 8 interns, and I can say again, investing in our youth will always yield the greatest return. Thank you to Benjamin Stewart, Sanaya Biename, Clint John, Naja Payout, and Leanna Frazier, whom all have interned in my office and continue to do extraordinary things. Again, we appreciate you and thank you, interns. And I'd like to wish all the people who are celebrating birthdays for this week a happy birthday, and that includes our Deputy City Clerk, LaShara Bostic, Councilman Reggie Leon.
Shara, it's your birthday.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday, LaShara.
Reggie.
And our Councilman, Reggie Leon, he's my councilman and I'm his councilwoman. We live on the same block. Happy birthday, Councilman. Our Miami Gardens resident, Makita McLoon, who's also an employee of the city of Miami Gardens. Happy birthday to you, Makita. And an early birthday to our vice mayor, the baby of the day is Vice Mayor Robert Stevens, who will be celebrating a birthday this Sunday. If you know me, you know that I love to celebrate people. I love to give people their flowers while they're still here, and I love to celebrate people's birthdays. So from me, oh, and that's right. Councilwoman Katrina Baskin's birthday was like 4th of July. Yeah. That's why she wasn't at the cookout, Mayor. She was out celebrating her birthday, living her best life. So, Councilwoman Baskin, happy birthday to you as well. And in closing, I'd like to wish everyone a safe and restful summer. See you back here in September. That ends my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You forgot our city clerk celebrated his birthday.
That's right. Mario did have a birthday. Happy birthday. His birthday was July 5th. See, I'm good. Happy birthday to our city clerk. All these July birthdays, y'all know.
It's like all the smart people are born in July.
We'll talk about that later. Happy birthday to you all from me to you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Baskin.
Thank you, Councilwoman, for that birthday. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On last week, Thursday, we had one of our nonprofit organizations, Nationwide Youth Outreach, who has been doing nonprofit work in Miami Gardens since 2011. They brought their boys here for a tour of City Hall as well as a mock City Council meeting. Those boys were blown away. They had an opportunity to go up to the city manager's office, which they were very impressed by our approachable city manager. They learned so much from our deputy city manager, Mr. Craig Clay, as well as our Assistant City Manager, Vernita Nelson. I want to thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to talk to these young men and give them the experience and exposure that they need outside of the typical things that they are exposed to. The young men had many questions, even went over to our police department, the training facility, also Parks and Recreation. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to these young men and a few of the young girls, because we also had a partner organization, Kingdom Keys Mentoring Incorporated, that joined the boys as well. Those boys had so many questions about what a city manager does, and one young man blew me away. He said, I learned about these things in school, but it's such a different experience coming to City Hall, sitting on the dais, and this was the mayor, the guy, they had to run for election. We had a mayor, we had a vice mayor, we had council members, and they actually stood up and campaigned. The boys had to vote for who they thought was the best candidate. It was a beautiful sight to see. I think it is very important that we provide these opportunities for our young men and women in the community. It's one thing to talk about it, but actually acting on it and giving them those experiences is priceless. So thank you to everyone who took part in that. And to my amazing intern and my analyst, can you please stand? Because they worked so hard to make sure that the boys had an engaging experience. Thank you all so much. Coming up, we have Hoops for Change, which will take place on August 16th. Oftentimes, we prepare our students to go back to school, but this event, yes, it's to prepare the students. We're doing a book bag giveaway. Also, basketball tournaments on Friday is for the first responders, police officers, some veteran military officers as well. But then on Saturday, we have a basketball tournament for the youth. It is very important that we also prepare our parents to go back to school as well, talking to the parents about being involved in their child's academic success, getting involved in ways to talk to the teacher, going to PTA meetings and all of those things, because we know an active parent leads to a successful child. So I want to encourage you all to come out. That is Saturday, August 16th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. At Betty T. Ferguson. Like I said, school supply distribution, amplifying parent voices session, as well as a community resource fair. And then, that's it. Community Collaboration Town Hall will resume on September 9th. I invite you all to attend. That concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Wilson?
Yes. In so many ways across this country, not only here in the great state of Florida and the even smaller side of Miami-Dade County, Miami Gardens rises up as the city that many cities want to be like. We are a robust city with so many, many different activities and on so many different levels. Whether we're talking about our children, whether we're talking about our young adults, whether we're talking about our seniors, there is something for everyone on any given day as well as any given weekend. And I'm always excited to be a part of it. I'm always excited when we not only have these events, but we have the residents of the product of Miami Gardens stepping in the fold to say, I am going to do something to make a difference. And this past weekend, we had that. We had a Mr. Kenny Phillips, former professional football player of the New York Giants and former student of Miami Carroll City, to host a major event for our young children. They were able to work together. They were able to play football. It was like a 7-on-7 type of an event that they were able to compete with. And the reason why it is so important to me that those kinds of events are given is because I am what they call a Shedeur Sanders auntie. And it means so much to me to support Shedeur because Shedeur has a father who has supported him. And so many other men who are supporting our young men as they are out on the fields, as they are at our very, very safe parks, and that they're showing them the ropes in terms of how to be able to grow up and to be competitive, to be disciplined, to be focused, to give back to their communities. Their role models are real. Their role models are accessible. Their role models are giving. And so we operated in the overflow this past weekend. And we want to continue to be a city on the hill that many cities aspire to be, because you have in other places where people are giving and are being criticized for helping their own. And so hats off to Mr. Kenny Phillips and his wonderful wife, who worked together to bring this Saturday into fruition. And I was glad, Mayor, to partner with you on such a wonderful event for our children to participate in. It was high energy with football, food, and friendly competition with families, and not one incident. Thank God. Okay, congratulations to Miami Carroll City and Miami New Orleans Senior High School on being rated an A schools. We commend the hard work of Dr. Bridget McKinney and distinguished Juneteenth Educator of the Year recipient Rhonda Gaines Miller. They are stellar educators, women with a focus, community people who have given back, not only through what they do every single day, but also in the philanthropy of what they do through their sororities and other types of organizations that they belong in. They are the ones who are contributing not only to right now, but also making deposits in the future of what Miami Gardens is growing to be. Our upcoming events is our 4th annual Jamaican Independence Masters Cup soccer tournament. It was started 4 years ago, and it is being held at the park that I grew up in, and that's Myrtle Grove Park. The community is invited to come out. The food is free. There will be food trucks for you to enjoy, and of course, wonderful, wonderful music. These men that play soccer, they have been playing soccer on Myrtle Grove since I was a little girl, for more than 30 years. And now they are living in a city that is almost like the place where soccer comes to compete. And so it is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you to come out, see these men play against each other, and enjoy the robust park system that we have here in the city of Miami Gardens. Now, finally, I would like to say that my Meet Me Monday will start Monday, September 8th, and it is going to be after Labor Day. I know that many of you, if you are watching, know that I generally give Orange Bowl Classic tickets. And so if you would like to go to the game, please give us a call. You know Jamal. He will take your names, and it's going to be on a first-come, first-served basis. The Orange Blossom Classic is something that I've looked forward to since I was a little girl, but it was in Liberty City then. And it was a wonderful parade, and it's exciting. I think it's going to be, what, Howard? Howard is going to be. And FAMU. So we just get ready, because they're going to lose their mind. And I'm going to be losing it too. All right. So I want to thank you all for your time. And I would just like to make one other solid note here. You know, I support you, Chief. I support you. And I am very proud of the police department that we've become under your leadership. And I know it's difficult sometimes when people label you falsely and they want to make you the bully when it's actually them. But you are a class act. And for that, I bow my head to you. If nobody has ever told you, you make a difference in our lives. We used to be known as Murder Gardens, but that is no longer the case. We used to be known as a dirty city, but that is no longer the case. We used to be known as a city that was going nowhere, but that is no longer the case, because there are people just like you who are unsung heroes in this city that wake up every single day and make it their business to remain class, to remain stellar in what they do, and to offer and to give the very best of their service, even when it's unappreciated. So for that, I say to you, I bow to you, ma'am, and you will continue to be in my prayers, and I will continue to support you because you have done a stellar job in this city. That concludes my announcements.
Thank you. Councilwoman Powell?
Thank you, Mayor. So it's been a pretty busy month. And I will start by saying I had the wonderful opportunity on July 10th to visit the Concerned African Women summer program as their guest speaker to speak with the young ladies who wanted to join the health professions. It was an amazing moment to know that so many young people, we often say aren't going anywhere, but there are a great number of individuals out there who are spending the summer working on their vision of their future, and I was very honored to be requested to participate. Yesterday, we tried, but unfortunately, South Florida weather rained us out. We tried to do a walk with the dock yesterday in Bunch Park to distribute the flyers for the settlement, and we will postpone to next Wednesday. So we, once again, will be visiting. So my volunteer team, those who came yesterday, we're going to meet again on the next Wednesday to get those cards out to as many residents as possible. Upcoming, please save the date. On August 6th, our Healthy You podcast. Yes, August is back to school, so we'll be talking about back to school immunization, as well as we will have a special guest who will be speaking about childhood diagnosis of ADHD, and it's going to be explained. For many of you who wonder, why is my child getting this diagnosis? We'll have a specialist in the area to speak on the subject. August 9th, I will be partnering with Councilman Reggie Leon at Norwood Park. He will be doing the, book bag giveaway and other items, and I will have special volunteer providers who will be performing back-to-school physicals, as well as any athletic physicals. These wonderful volunteers who are providers in our community will be giving their time, energy to that event. Save the date for September 6th, please. We have grandparents' celebration, and it's going to be a breakfast from 9 to 12. But also, grandparents, please bring your items that need to be shredded and any old medication that has been sitting in your closet collecting dust. We're going to have a destruction day for old medications, so bring them on September 6th. Please save the date for October 18th. We're going to laugh it off again. We're going to laugh off breast cancer with our annual comedy show, so please save the date. And that will be on October 18th. November 8th, we're going to try to destroy diabetes. Everything you want to know about diabetes, I will be hosting a symposium. As you well know, my mission is to have a healthy gardens. And if you don't know, African descent individuals have the highest incidence of diabetes, and it's time to get as much education and knowledge so we can work to destroy and eliminate diabetes in our community. That's save the date, November 8th. And of course, we will have our December 5th Senior Christmas Gala on the 5th of December. I am in my office on Wednesdays from 2 to 4. Please schedule an appointment with my analyst. Makeda, stand up. It's her birthday. Please see Makeda if you would like to schedule an appointment with me. And a day would not go by, a council meeting day would not go by if I didn't give you a health tip. And the tip for today, smile just because you're alive. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Councilman Leon.
Good evening. In the spirit of accountability, and as we continue to support our leaders in this city, we are accountable to the residents that elected us to sit in these seats. And part of that accountability sometimes is to hold people accountable, and it's not easy to do at any given moment. Mr. City Manager, on June, I want to say about 3 weeks ago, I received a phone call from a young lady who was waiting, when she called me at this point, 45 minutes for police to come to her home. There was a man that had jumped her gate, and he had no clothes on. Her kids were at the house, and it took us 45 minutes when she called me after she called the police. Then I made a phone call, and then about 55 minutes before we actually arrived there. Now, the reason why this pierced me, because in 2020, I had my neighbor, an elderly lady who was waiting for a calls for service, and it took our police department about an hour and some change to get there. And when they got there, they had an attitude. So that's when I met with you, and we started this calls for service report that we've been working on for the last 5 years. And what a calls for service report is, I look at the number of police calls that come into our police department, and I look at our response time, and I set the bar about 15 minutes on the worst case scenario. And so for the last 5 years, we're over 19% of the people that call 911 that we're responding to them 15 minutes or more, right? Last year, we had 74,000 calls come into this city for service. 10,000 of them, if we showed up, were 15 minutes or more. I'm looking for, and I've been more than patient for the last 5 years. I met with you, I met with the command staff, I even had Sonia in some of those meetings, and I've been more than patient about calls for service for this community. And these people deserve, when they're called 911, that people respond in a timely manner. And I'm asking you, as the city manager, that I need a response on this. I know we get the emails every month that come out, but this number is only getting worse. So how can we fix this within the next 30 days? And that's the end of my report.
Thank you. You okay? You wanted to respond, or are you okay? And you guys can talk about it.
Yeah, no,
All
I'll
right.
talk to him. No.
Vice Mayor.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Let me first start off by, I want to address cameras throughout the city and the city making money based off the cameras in the school zones. There is a way to not get $100 ticket, and that is to drive the speed limit. The city is not making money based off cameras throughout the city. Let's be very clear about that. It is time that we stop with all of this false narrative conversation. We are protecting our community by a way of telling you to stop speeding. There's not enough police officers that our taxpayers can put within these school districts to stay there 7 or 8 hours to stop individuals from hitting students from elementary, middle, and high, even our elderly community that go out and exercise and work out, and there's cars that's speeding. If you all do a survey, drive in your neighborhood and see the donuts in the streets, hear their sound in the streets. And in my home, I can hear it all night long. This is just a mechanism to stop individuals from driving fast when they're in our neighborhoods. This is not a Miami Gardens issue. This is throughout the entire country. Let's be very clear. I welcome to speak to anyone about this issue and bring clarity to what it is that you need answered at the end of council meeting, or you can meet me every first Tuesday at Betty T. Ferguson starting at 3 p.m. for my one-on-one meetings. I'm open, and it's totally open for anyone to come and sit down and talk with me. And if I can't get an answer, I got a well-educated administration that will get you the answer on the spot. All right? I wanted to make sure we address that. Happy birthday to my colleagues and to our city employees and to our city residents. We're approaching the best season of the year. The 23rd starts the best season of the year, and that's the Leo season. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. I also want to again publicly thank our state legislative, our lobbyist, Ms. Yolanda Cash-Jackson, our representative, Felicia Robinson, and their entire team for working diligently in an extended legislative session. Thank you all for your continuing support. And not only just in lobbying and the support and the sponsorship or whatever it is that we come to you all and ask. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to announce that I will not be having Table Talk Tuesday at Starbucks because our police department is sponsoring National Night Out on that same day. So I'm encouraging all of the residents to meet us at Betty T. Ferguson starting at 6 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, for National Night Out. I will have my office hours on that Tuesday, so if there's a pressing issue or any concerns that you would like to address, you can come and see me at the community center starting at 4 p.m. at the Betty T. Ferguson. It's a one-on-one meeting opportunity where you can sit down and meet with me to address any concerns. On July 16th, State Representative and I, Felicia Robinson, had we had an engaging conversation. I couldn't make it due to a family emergency, but Representative Robinson held it down with our city staff to address the concerns at Bennett Lifter Park, and that is our Lake Lucerne community. So thank you for that. Stay tuned for October. We're going to visit another neighborhood park in the month of October to bring city resources directly to you. On Tuesday, August 5th, I said that's office hours. On Saturday, August 9th, myself and Councilwoman Katrina Baskin will be partnering, that's August 16th, and hosting a family fun day back to school weekend edition for the community. This is with One Mind, One Change Incorporation. I invite you all to come out. This would be held at the Buccaneer Park for free community resources, food, entertainment, and activities for the entire family to enjoy. I encourage everyone to stay connected to the city. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, our city administration is always ready to answer your questions or your concerns. And I'll say this publicly. If you don't get an answer, don't wait to council meeting. Just send us an email and copy us on it. Send it to the city staff, copy us on it, and you'll get a response. All right? May God bless and keep you as my prayers. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I really don't have a report. I wanted to recognize a young man who has been intern in my office. Joseph Thomas, could you please stand? Joseph had been our intern for a few months now, and when he was just a little bitty boy, he was attending Barbara Hawkins Elementary School, and we took him camping. And Joe is in college now. He's a junior, right, Joe? Going into his senior year in college. He's one of our fine young men in this community. Very smart young brother who has a bright future ahead of him. And I just wanted to say thank you for the work that you put in our office. So thank you, and we wish you nothing but the best when you go back to school.
Mayor, you forgot to mention that he's a Northwestern Bull.
He is, but he's from Miami Gardens, so he's
saying.
a Miami Gardens resident. Don't want to start nothing, Linda. Don't want no problems. None. All right. We're on the consent agenda. I need a motion on the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show the consent agenda pass. We had one item that was pulled.
Yeah, item 12.4, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating an amount not to exceed $5,000 for Councilwoman Michelle C. Powell's Public Affairs account to support a back-to-school physicals taking place on August 9, 2025, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by Councilwoman Powell, and this is pulled by Councilwoman Julian.
Councilwoman Julian.
Thank you for recognizing me, Mr. Mayor. And so with this item here, I have major concerns with it because as I read the item, it puts the city at risk for tons of liability. And so I just have tons of questions that I hope can be answered up here this evening. The second whereas clause mentions that the city would be partnering with medical providers to review physicals, but it doesn't identify who the partnership is with. Who is the partnership with?
Thank you so much for asking that question, Councilwoman Linda Julian. I was fortunate to have counsel with Sandra, our city attorney, who has sent to me the documents needed for all the volunteer healthcare providers. And those healthcare providers who will be volunteering their services are from our community. And if I can list the names of the individuals who will be sending their documents under, given to me, to Sandra, Dr. Melissa Chamberlain, Dr. Yolaine Chamberlain, Physician Assistant Michelle McKenzie, PA Shelley Mikado, and Dr. Jalebsi Johnson. And any additional community providers who choose to volunteer their services as directed by our city attorney will be completing the liability forms. And the good news is that this is not a precedence. This is not, we've had other healthcare providers, namely when we had our dentist group and other health events. So we will be utilizing the legal documents that are necessary for all providers who will be participating, which addresses the liability. Is that correct?
Well, we're supposed to have agreements, so yeah, they need to have agreements with us before they can come on the park, and we have to have waivers from anybody getting a physical.
Correct. We need to, Madam Attorney, do we need to have all that stuff before we pass this or vote on this?
Not before you vote on it, but we're going to have it before any services are provided, for sure.
Yes, and most definitely that will be with the city before the healthcare providers perform their services.
I'm concerned about it.
Go ahead, finish.
And again, this is not a precedent. This has happened before. Yes.
So when is the event taking place?
It will be in the partnership back-to-school event that Councilman Leon and I are doing. He will, they'll have the book bag giveaway, and let me walk you through, because back-to-school physicals. I've been a physician 30 years, and in keeping with my mission to bring a healthier gardens, and also just as a mission as a physician, I personally will not be doing the exams. I'm just the council person who's encouraging our community providers to give back to the community. The students, with the permission from their parents or caregivers, will enroll online and register. Once they register, they will fill out the form for a disclaimer. The forms that the providers will be completing are the standard forms used by Dade County Public Schools. And should any of the students have anything that pops up, the parent will be directed to take that information to their primary care doctor or to any of our public healthcare facilities. These are volunteer providers, and if something unusual does pop up, there will be a referral given to the parent to take to the PCPs or to the public health facilities to follow up.
Councilwoman, you had some more questions?
I do, because if the item is coming before us today, I would think that the item would be complete and it would be whole. I'm just not comfortable voting on something that is half done. The the forms aren't in, the liability forms aren't in, who's going to be held accountable, who are the third-party vendors. I commend Councilwoman Baskin for her dental clinic initiative because everything was in prior to the event and the city was not held liable for anything. Going into this, my concern is, well, what if the documents don't come in? Then what? Because should we vote on this item tonight, now staff is going to start working on making this initiative happen, right? But what if all the boxes aren't checked? Then what? And then furthermore, what does the exam entail exactly? Are there going to be vaccinations? Are there going to be a hearing test, an eye exam? Like, what does that entail? Because for me, the concern is we're providing clinical care at a city facility, and what happens in the event that someone who comes in and gets clinical care walks off and then something happens? Who's held liable? These are things that we're doing in the city that's unprecedented, that we've never taken on before, and it's not our area of expertise. So I just want to make sure that the city is protected at all costs.
Well, I'm fortunate to say that the setup for this event has been, we do have a plan for the event. But to say that there's no precedent, let's go back. No provider, to be clear, will examine a child, first of all, without a parent and parent consent. Second, no provider will participate in this event until the documents have been presented to our attorney. And all these documents will have to be in a minimum of the week before the event. This event is August 9th and not tomorrow, thank goodness. And so I received these documents on Thursday. My providers, the 5 that I've named, have received them, and they know they will be getting them back to me a week before to give us time to review them. And all the providers have full license in the state of Florida. So, and as far as, your first concern, will they be touching and examining children? Not without the consent first of their parent and not without the liability forms in place a week ahead of time. What is being voted on today and what is requested is that the funds be allocated. So in addition, because this is for none of the volunteers are receiving funds. Let me be clear. This money does not go to any of the providers. The money that's being allocated here is for the additional individual things that we will be giving to the students who come. And as a healthcare provider, we are putting together hygiene packets for both boys and girls. Traditionally, most people just give backpacks, pens, and paper. But as a healthcare provider, there are other things that our students need. Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, lotions, body sprays, Band-Aids, hand sanitizers. And so this funding will provide for the purchase of little bags and content for those bags so those kids have more than just backpacks to go back to school with.
I do, but I'll go ahead and let my colleague speak.
Which one do y'all want to go? Go ahead.
What ages?
These children will from first grade until till 18, high school.
Okay.
Yes, in the presence of their parents, of course.
Okay, and what's the extent of the examination?
It's a full clothes examination. It will be in a private room with the parent or caregiver. If you've ever had, anyone have kids, if you've ever taken them to do their physical, they examine their eyes with a light, they look at their ears, listen to their heart, listen to their lungs. For me, if I were doing it, which I'm not, they stand up, make sure they can bend over, and that's the end of it, because the school physical forms required by Dade County and most of the public schools are very limited. So it's just a cursory, what we call a screening examination. We're not drawing any blood, we're not giving any vaccinations, we're not doing hearing exams, we're not doing eye exams. This is for those additional services, they will have to see optometrists or have a hearing audiologist perform those. These are screening
simple screening, so some of these kids can go to school. Just as a note, as a health policy major, not every child has insurance. Not every child has insurance. The reason I'm doing this is because our illustrious president has just cut Medicaid. We have people in our community who don't have doctors. They don't have doctors. They have no one to look over their child. These kids are showing up in school and not being allowed to go in.
I understand.
And
your-
so
I
this is a
understand your-
screen. One
I
moment,
understand.
Councilwoman. I just want to say this.
Okay,
and
sure.
this,
I didn't mean to
and this
Go
is
ahead.
passionate to me. You guys have no idea what's going to happen now that Medicaid has been cut. We already had kids who didn't have physicals and dental exams and eye exams. We already had that. Now they're not going to get food in the mornings to go to school. Now at lunchtime, some of them won't have lunch. Our autistic kids, parents are going to have to go to work and leave them with who? This is a free service by people who have license, who will be documented that they can do it and take the liability away from this city. And if this city wants to turn away licensed physicians who fill the criteria you asked for, do so, but we will be in the same alignment with the one at the top who's just cut Medicaid. That's all I got to say.
Okay, I'd like to continue.
Go ahead.
Is that okay? I don't want you to take this personal. I'm only asking the difficult question because while your heart is good, there will be people that will sue you. And so what I'm saying, I don't want to see anything that you're trying to do for children because I am a 30-year educator. I founded my own school. I know what it's like to have pre-K kids be hungry because they came to me from Liberty City. But I also know that there are predators out there. And I'm asking the difficult questions as a checklist for you so that you don't end up in a bad situation. And it's unfortunate that we have to have a conversation like this on the dais in the public, but I didn't realize what the extent to which, because otherwise I would have said, hey, take a look at this, take a look at this, take a look at this. And so just hear me out. This is just the first time I've heard of physicals being done.
Okay.
I'm just saying, by the city, okay, since I've been here. And I'm only saying to you that whatever precautions you need to ensure that these physicals are done, that the privacy of the children, even when the parent is present, that there is no jeopardy of anybody being able to come back and accuse anyone of anything that is less than stellar. Those are my concerns, and I'm unable to ask these questions any other time than right
I think
now.
that's a valid. I think it's a valid concern, but just a point of reference. I've been a family physician for over 30 years. I've done back-to-school physicals in North Miami Beach, North Miami, Opelika, and it's unfortunate that Miami Gardens has not had the opportunity. But these back-to-school physicals has been going on for too many years for me to count in communities, in cities. And so whatever we need to do, I'm so thankful for my attorney who has given me the documents that need to be completed. And as I stated before, until those forms are completed, absolutely none of the providers will be examining. They won't. They just won't be examining anyone. And if there's anything additional that is needed, I'll be happy to make sure that's in place just so these kids can get their physicals.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
I guess this will go to the attorney or maybe to the assistant city manager. But to my knowledge, and when I was a coach at Scott Park, we have medical providers that come to the park every single year to provide to provide physicals for our kids on the park every single year in our facilities. So would this not be following the same procedure as what we do for our Optimus clubs?
Oh, I'm not sure because we don't run the Optimist program. They do their thing separate, but
it's in the city facility.
But for this, we will do agreements. But I want to clarify, we haven't done agreements yet because we sent examples to Dr. Powell of agreements we've done in the past. Agreements will need to be prepared with the providers once we get the names and the information and all of that. But I'm not sure about the Optimist agreement, so maybe the assistant city manager.
Do I understand you correctly? So the physicals that are done for the Optimist are done by a private organization?
I'm not sure because we're not the Optimists. They're on the property.
They're done by a private organization.
So in other words,
on our property.
Okay, on our property, but
Yes.
that's not what we're talking about here, right? Are we talking about?
Yeah, it's almost similar because we don't own doctors, right? So they will still be providing the physicals on our property. We're not providing them.
But are they a separate organization is what I'm asking.
It is a separate organization because we don't have doctors here.
I mean, is it a separate organization like these doctors that are provided by the Optimist, are they organized under the Optimist for the types of physicals that they give?
Yes, but they're done on, the
Yeah.
conversation was being done on our property.
Yeah, I got it.
So they're still done every year for the last 20 years that I know of on our property.
I don't have a problem with whether or not they're done on
So
our
all I'm saying is
property.
that it could be treated, if the documents are provided, it's still a third-party person doing the physicals. So if she's able to produce those documents in a timely manner, I don't see what the discussion is.
Is that true though? And the discussion is, well, you know.
I mean, we do it, it's been done for, you say you've never seen it done. It's been done here for 20 years.
What I've never seen done is for kids to receive a type of physical necessary for school. And so when you're talking about playing an extracurricular activity, that's one thing. But it sounds as if what the doc is trying to do is to give something a little bit more extensive. And if I misunderstand you, please forgive me.
Let me
I mean
explain.
no harm with that.
I also, thank you so much. These are great questions, and I'm glad I'm able to take this time to explain it because it's so new to the city. An actual athletic examination is much more complicated than a general physical because when I do them for football teams and baseball teams, and those examinations actually have to be super private because we have to make sure the kids don't have hernias, which is down in the genital areas. We also have to take them through a series of exercises to make sure their heart stays. So it's a much more intense examination than a screening physical. It's a much more complicated test.
Mr. Mayor, I just want to say this. I definitely think providing healthcare services to the community is a great idea. I think it's great. It does my heart well to hear that we do have some kind of form in place that the physicians who are volunteering their time would have to fill out in order to participate. I do know, I don't want to say that this is the first time because we have partnered with organizations, healthcare centers, far as Jesse Trice, Center for Family Child Enrichment Center, that has provided these services to the community and that provides services on the for free without insurance. So it's not something new to the that the providing healthcare services is not a new conversation to the community of Miami Gardens. However, there was some clarity that was needed as it relates to the liability portion, but as mentioned, the city attorney has provided documentation, and we're going to make sure that everything is properly in place before the exams are administered. So I just wanted to clarify as it relates to there has been services that we've provided. In fact, I encourage everyone to make sure you connect with a healthcare provider. It's so necessary, and yeah, that's what my remarks are. I just wanted to clarify.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
And we've also, as a city, we voted on the very first African-American COVID testing facility, which was on our property to provide COVID testing, which is a medical service. So we have, with the proper documentation, done this as a city before. So I guess we just make sure she needs to have the
But
right documentation.
we provided for shots. We did not provide an examination. When it came to COVID, it was a shot. It was not an examination.
But it's still, it still had to be a medical provider to provide those shots.
I mean, but I'm not, what I'm trying to say to you is that I think that, and that's what I needed to get clarity on, is what is the extent to which the physicals or whatever she's is going to offer there, what's the extent for that? And to be quite frank, it's not clear in the agenda item. And so that's what my question was. Now, it's a difference when a person just gets a shot, you know, and then we don't have any paperwork. So I mean, but
May I also bring back to the agenda item?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I also want to bring back to the agenda item as it's read. The dollar amount is to support getting supplies and items and things, and that's what's being requested here, is for the release of funds for the things to give for the school physicals. Again, I will say that the actual exams are not being paid for.
Okay, I don't mean to cut you off, but you're asking for really the $8,000 to
No, 5.
provide those 5,000?
Yes, 5.
Okay, the $5,000 to provide those kits that you're talking about.
Kits and back-to-school items, yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, as it reads, yes. It's not for physical, it's just the event is back to school in partnership with Councilman Leon.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
What the concern is the fact that it says that physicals are going to be done. And so I think that physicals are great, kids need them, but we have communities like Jesse Trice that is right up the street, and why not partner with them? Because it is a lot more comfortable to partner with a healthcare agency as opposed to partnering with individual providers. It is just uncomfortable to, and it's not the money that's a problem, it's the fact that this item is saying that physicals are going to be provided. So who's going to be doing the legwork to make sure that we're guarding that the applications are in, the kind of work that they're administering, the kind of exams that are being administered? Like, who's going to guard the guard and who's going to, that's where my concern lies. So why not partner with a healthcare organization like the Center for Child and Family Enrichment or Jesse Trice, but to have individual providers to come on the city site and providing physicals, it's such a broad statement. It's just not, we have liability forms that need to go into effect. We have proof of insurance that we need indemnification clauses. There's a lot of liability that goes into play here.
Mr. Mayor?
Okay. Yes.
Back in April, I held a dental clinic, and there were hundreds of people that came to be seen. We were only able to see 150 people. Over $150,000 worth of services were provided to people who did not have insurance. However, the plan, we did the program through a dental association that was overseen by a dentist who was a part of that dental association, along with RAM, who has all of the equipment. They go around to municipalities with residents that don't have the insurance. So I'm torn right now because the number of people who waited in line to receive dental care and the stories that I heard at that event broke my heart. However, I do understand the liability portion of it all. So I hear what Councilwoman Julian is saying about having individual doctors to come. It kind of makes us a little nervous. But when you have an organization like Jesse Trice, who, like, this is what they do, it just makes us feel a little bit more comfortable. And the money is not the issue. I just think it's having doctors that we're unfamiliar with. Yes, they're certified. They've probably been in business and practicing for years, but it just makes us a little bit uncomfortable having different physicians.
The intent is good. The intent is great. I think it's great what you're looking to do. The timing isn't. To present this 2 weeks prior to doing this is what the problem is. Today's our last city council meeting. We don't we go into recess, we don't come back until September. If this item was presented a while back, our city attorney had an opportunity to go through all the documents, through the insurance clauses, making sure that we received all the signatures we needed, and making sure that the city is in a position where we can't and won't be held liable. I'd feel more comfortable, but this seems rushed to me. Medical is sensitive. Medical is extremely sensitive. Who's going to be doing the intake? Who's going to be gathering the intake form for these students, these patients? It has their name, their address, their social security number. Like, who's doing all of this? Like, I have tons of concerns.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Said Councilwoman Powell, what is your thoughts on amending the item for just the hygiene purposes, the dollar amount for the hygiene purposes, and come back and schedule something at a later date for the physicals? We could get with the city attorney gets the information. We can get with the local schools, because the same people that don't have insurance now won't have insurance then, but you can still use the money for hygiene purposes, and that way we can move forward.
I guess what I'm saying, is that necessary? No, I'm not questioning the what. I'm saying, if this is what she wants to do, if she has the ability to get it done, what?
I think, thank you.
You understand? If she believes that she has the ability to get it done and it meets the city's thing, why cancel it? Right. My questions were just questions of yes. But I'm not saying that I don't have any prohibitions with it or inhibitions. Just the things that I'm saying, be careful with. Yeah. I don't know that she has to not do a thing.
So
right,
I appreciate, if I can ask.
Go ahead.
President?
Last thing.
Okay, we can call. Yes, sir.
What I was about to say. What I think that could take place, we can go ahead and vote on this item. Nothing will be done as far as physicals or none of that stuff until all the paperwork is in.
Correct.
And is that correct, Madam Attorney?
Yes, but I want to be clear. I don't have any agreements yet. We haven't prepared agreements yet. People oftentimes like to negotiate agreements once we draft them, so that takes time. My office, me and two of my lawyers are going to be out of the FMAA starting tomorrow. So that means we'll be back in the office on Monday. Sure, it can be done if they're going to sign what we put in front of them, but oftentimes there's some haggling. So that doesn't mean she can't change her date if she decides to change the date at some point over the summer. But I will do the document part. I don't go to the park to make sure that the people.
So that being said, that I kind of recommend the same thing that the councilman just recommended, that you amend your item and we pay for it. We go ahead and vote on the issue of the funding for the kits. And then you can always bring that back again to address the other issues as far as physicals are concerned once all the paperwork is brought in.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, my only concern.
It's up to her.
Can I have I just want
to. Go ahead.
I just want to clarify something, because yes, the city attorney has her timeline, but I think with the documentation, I don't think it takes an extensive long time to get the signatures, getting the proper paperwork in place to make sure that everything is in order for the physical. Now, if it's the will of this council moving forward to partner with healthcare agencies versus individuals, that's something that we need to talk about at a later time. I just honestly don't believe that we need to delay the process of providing services in the event that we have the documentation in place. The concern for me, and I'm sure the concern as for the rest of my, not for the rest, but for my colleagues that spoke, was just more so the liability purposes. And that's been clear. We have paperwork that would be filled out, that would be submitted to the city attorney's office for verification purposes. As long as we have documentation on file and on the record, then I don't see the issue unless there is another issue. Now, again, after this item, if it's the will of this council to put something in place that requires partnership with local agencies and not individuals, then we deal with that at a later date. But for this particular issue, I don't think it needs to be amended to delay the healthcare services to the community when we have a mechanism in place to govern what is being done on that particular day, which is the documentation.
Can we call a question?
Call it, yeah, call a motion.
I need a motion, Mr. Mayor.
A motion on. I made a motion.
Second.
Call the roll.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson. Yes. Councilwoman Julian.
No.
Vice President
I took an oath to uphold the duties of the city of Miami Gardens. And listen, I understand that these documents may and will come in a week or two, but for right now, I have not seen it in front of me. I am just not comfortable on voting on something and then hypothetically speaking and saying that it will come. And what if it does not come? Then what? It's just going to create chaos and liabilities. And for that, I cannot support it. Now, once we have the everything, I am okay with that. Once I can see it and say, okay, they've checked all the boxes, I am fine with that. But to operate and vote on hypotheticals right now to say that it's going to be done, I can't do that. It's like submitting a paper to your professor and saying, well, I'll give you the references next week, but here's the paper now. No, it's incomplete. And for that, I cannot support the item.
Vice President Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-1. We are now on to resolutions. Item 13.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, adopting a proposed millage rate to be levied for fiscal year 2025-26 for operating purposes, establishing a debt services millage rate approved by the electorate in April 2014, setting the date, time, and place of public hearings to be considered, the proposed millage rate, debt service millage rate, and the tentative budget, provided for directions to the city manager, provided for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Mr. Manager.
Mr. Mayor, council members, as you all are aware, we have had a couple of workshops regarding the budget and how we will be moving forward for fiscal year 2026. The recommended millage rate will still stay the same as it has been for the last 12 years at 6.9363. The debt service millage rate will be at 0.4331, which is down from 0.472 from last year, which gives us a total millage rate, a combined millage rate of 7.3694, which is down the combined total from 74125. Based on that, Mr. Mayor, I recommend the current millage rate at 6.936 with the debt service millage rate of 0.4331 and the combined millage of 7.3694, moving forward for fiscal year 2026.
All right, I need a motion on this item.
Motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions or concerns from the dais?
I don't have a question, Mr. Mayor. I just want to commend our city administration, Mr. Manager, you and your team for being able to manage our millage rate properly. And you say the 12th year? Is this the 12th year? The 12th year consecutive?
13.
13.
Excuse me, 13th for the consecutive, leaving it at 6.9363. So we have not raised the millage in the last 13 years.
That's good stuff. I appreciate you all's leadership and the work that you put in to keep that going. Of course, it is our hopes that one day we can drop and lower, but at this date and time, I trust you all's leadership and your expertise and in full support of what you're recommending.
I echo the same sentiments, Mr. Manager. Thank you very much to you and your team, and for making certain that our millage rate remained the same for 13 consecutive years. Not many cities and or counties can say that, so that speaks to the health of the finances of the city of Miami Gardens. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice President Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Councilman Leon? Yeah.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Motion passes 6-0. We're now on to item 13.2, A resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing the sponsorship amount of $196 from Mayor Harris's Community Benefit Account for Miami Gardens public safety costs associated with the inaugural Battle in the Gardens preseason youth classic non-pro tunk. The event was held on Saturday, July 19, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Lester Brown Park. Provided for adoption representation, provided for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Mayor Harris.
Mr. Mayor, you're recognized.
Yes. This event took place, and we had over 1,000 kids that participated in this first annual football classic that took place on our park. What we're doing is paying for the safety costs of our police officers with the $1,196. So I'm asking for support in this issue.
All right, is there a motion on the item?
Motion.
Been
Second.
moved in second. Mr. Clerk?
Councilwoman Wilson. Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Sorry. Gemini picked you up. Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson, would you like to put in a vote for item 13.2, supporting the Battle in the Gardens inaugural football, sponsored by Mayor Harris?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson, would you like to register a vote for the proposed millage rate, which was item 13.1? Yes. Thank you. Item 13.1 passes 7-0. All right, we're now on to item 13.3, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, rescheduling the Wednesday, September 10, 2025 regular City Council meeting to Tuesday, September 9, 2025, provided for adoption reputation, provided for effective date. This is sponsored by City Clerk.
Mr. Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, congratulations, Mr. Manager, on adoption of your proposed millage rate. As you know, Council, that resolution proposed at the first hearing will be September 9th. This item just makes sure that the first meeting in September is held on September 9th as well.
I move the item.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stevens.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baskin.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
Councilwoman Powell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
I vote yes.
Item passes 7-0. There are no items on for quasi-judicial zoning hearings. We're now on to the reports of the City Manager, City Attorney, City Clerk.
Mr. Manager?
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, I don't have a report, but I want to wish everyone a good summer break. Looking forward, we'll be working over the summer to hone in more on the budget because we'll continue to get some numbers regarding our budget. But I want to wish everybody a happy summer break and happy birthday to the Vice Mayor and Councilman Leon for today, and then the Vice Mayor is next Monday, is it correct? Sunday. That's it for me.
Sunday, Mr. Manager.
Sorry.
Mr. Mayor, same. I don't have a report. Happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating their birthdays, and no summer break for us.
No report.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
real quick, one thing I want to announce. Orange Blossom Classic, we won't be meeting before the Orange Blossom Classic. That's going to be Labor Day weekend. For the first time ever, we have all of the national CEOs of the Divine Nine organizations. So Dr. Gant, your president, Zeta Phi Beta, all of the CEOs will be here in Miami Gardens to accept their honor for the street renaming. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows that and that you're on point. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
One last thing, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
About 2 weeks ago, I did a tour of the police department. I just wanted to publicly thank Sergeant Genty for taking me on that tour. I was amazed to see the state-of-the-art facility that we have, just everything. I didn't even know we had a holding cell here. But it was very educational, very informative for me. Just thank you for providing that information to me, to Chief Noel Pratt, to Assistant Chief Nargiso, so the entire staff. And I don't know who saw the video, but y'all saw me shoot that gun, right? I look like a pro. Thank you very much. But it was a very enlightening.
Tell your daddy.
Hey, Daddy got one too. It was a very enlightening and informative experience. I want to say more, but I'll leave it there. But thank you very much for that. I just want to say that publicly.
Seconded. It's been moved and seconded. Show this meeting adjourned.